Hello, you guys. This is Teresa Mosley with Mosley School of Cosmetology right here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And today I am talking about the new PSI Esthetician test. Okay, so let's talk about it. We're going to talk about what they changed, what they removed, what they added in, what you can expect to be different if you have been in school over the last 5 months. The test didn't even start until November 4th. So most people was training, most schools were training you for the old test. Because that's what we were doing. We were training our students for the old test because we didn't have any idea until 4 weeks into November 4th that we were going to be doing a new test. So at the whim, they contact all the schools and they was like, you guys join this emergency meeting. And I'm like, what are they doing? Anyway, we joined it. We found out the new changes. We literally only had got 4 weeks to implement the new test. Some students were already on their graduation days or within days of their graduation. And so, like most schools, some people panic, like, oh my God, I didn't even feel like I know the new test. And then you got people who are happy because they all found out the new test is so easy. Right? I mean, you still want to do everything you need to do to pass, but it's just not as tedious as it used to be. So the first thing we're going to talk about with the esthetician test with PSI is the theory portion. So on all of these new tests, their focus is towards safety, infection control, client protection, and your protection. That is what the theory content is going to be on. So you do want to take the time to go and look at what's going to be on the theory part of the test. We are talking about the practical part. Let's don't forget that now the questions are refocused even with the theory. So 34% of it will be safety and infection control. Then we have our client consultations, which is 4%. Then with this one, we have our analyzing the skin, which is 13%, right? Looking for disorders and diseases and conditions. Then we have our skincare. And with skincare, we're talking about product and product chemistry and basically procedures. And two, safety. Everything is about safety, safety, safety. And then after that, they're going to talk about makeup. And as you guys can see, they added eyelash extensions and enhancements. A lot was not, we was not focusing on that in most schools because most schools don't even do eyelash extensions. But it's so big now, I understand why they're adding it in. We got people out here with no license trying to do eyelash extensions, giving people eye infections. And then we have our advanced treatments, chemical exfoliation, and all of those different things. So that is literally your 100% of what's going to be on your test. You are going to have 85. You got to get 85 score questions. So you got 85 score questions, and you'll have 10 questions that they're basically experimenting with. And so you get 90 minutes for your test, which is an hour and a half, you guys. So let's jump on over to the practical part of the test. The practical part of the test, y'all, they changed a few things for estheticians, right? So as we go through, we're going to talk about what they changed. We're going to talk about, is it better? I can tell you one thing, and this is the one thing that really matters. It's easier, right? And so that is very important. So when you first go into your test, you guys going to get 10 minutes to set up. You already come in, your school showed you how to prep for state board. So you got your Ziploc bags, you got everything already labeled inside of your larger bag. And so what you're going to do, you come in the room, you're going to clean up everything. They're going to say you got 10 minutes. You're going to sanitize. You're going to make sure everything is clean. Then they're going to go into the facial portion, which is 25 minutes. They're going to tell you you have 10 minutes to set up. Yes, because they don't expect you to set up for your facial during the original workstation prep. So when you get your 10 minutes to set up for your facial, you're going to take out the little baggie that say facial. If that's how you guys do it, that's how we do it. You're going to sit, you guys first wipe off the station. You're going to sit everything on there, sanitize your hands, everything, get your mannequin on there. And I've been telling people to pay attention to what they actually are asking you to already have prepped. So, in those 10 minutes, they want you to prep your client. So in your first 10 minutes of setup, you're prepping your client. So what does that mean? After you wipe down your station, you set out all of your items, you're going to take your mannequin that you're using for the test. You're going to put her head cap on or whatever her protection for her hair is. You're prepping your client too. And your mannequin is your client. Then your the prompt they're going to tell you when you have 5 minutes left. So when it's time to actually go into the facial portion, you're not prepping your client then. Your client is already prepped. So you're going to have 10 minutes because your client is prepped. So you're going to have that 10 minutes that you're going to go ahead and do that basic facial. Let's talk about what they said a basic facial don't include. That would be massaging. Your basic facial no longer include the massaging. So your peptissage, tap potement, epirage, and y'all know I ain't pronounced that right. You don't got to worry about it. That's the fact that I'm trying to get to, which is good because in the past, on the old test, if you did them out of order, you literally lost points because you didn't do them in order. Let's talk about another thing about it. Remember the old test, step 1, step 2, step 3. And if you didn't do that in order, you lost points. So you no longer are going to lose points because you're not doing it in order. What they're looking for, the protection of your client, the sanitation. You're not touching your face, then touching your mannequin. You didn't go, oh, I'm sweating, and you wipe your forehead off. Now you're still going and touching your client. You're gonna lose points every time for that now. In the past, you would lose points one time. Now you can continue to lose points because that's the only thing they're focused on. Okay, after you do your basic facial, in there, you're going to have to test your towel. So at the evaluation, they're going to have you demonstrate a basic facial using a steam towel. So you guys know how to test that towel. So you're going to actually test that towel at the end of the facial and put it around her, making sure you leave out her mouth and her nose, right? We're not trying to smother the client because you can lose points for that. And if you don't test your towel, they're going to say you could have burnt your client, which is true. So then after you do your basic facial, you test your towel, you put it on her. They're going to give you instructions to actually go ahead and clean up your workstation. You will get 5 minutes, and they'll tell you when you have 2 minutes left. You just basically taking everything, you putting it away, okay? Wiping down that station. Yeah, I know you wipe down the station 50 times. You're going to still do it every time because you're not going to get that prompt or any reason to say, oh, she was unsanitary. The next thing I'm going to is eyebrow waxing and tweezing. Okay, y'all, this is from the words of the person who was training us that day. They said they do not give 2 cares. You know how we take our tweezers and we pluck it and we were putting it on the back of a cotton round or something? They said they don't care to see that. All they want to do is see that you're holding the skin taut when you're waxing or tweezing. That you know the proper technique. They know you don't have real hair that you pulled out. She's plastic. So they don't care to see that. That's what the guy said. So you get 10 minutes provided to set up. And during that time, you're going to prep your client and you're going to put everything out on your workstation. They're going to tell you when you have 5 minutes left. And then you're going to be instructed. And you guys, when they say evaluation, it's telling you what they're looking for. These are what the things you can lose points for. Prepare the workstation for the eyebrow wax and tweezing. And her, they want to make sure it worked workplace infection control precautions are took, safety precautions are took, that you prepare the client for eyebrow wax and tweezing during this portion. That and when you did that, you stuck to the cleaning, infection control, and all of that. Then you get five. They're gonna tell you when you get your 5 minutes left. Please stop working. The time has ended. Because they'll let you know when your time has ended for the setup. So then your evaluator, which is the instructor, she's gonna tell you to complete an eyebrow wax procedure using simulated soft wax. So one of the things they're gonna look at is that your demonstration of your eyebrow wax procedure using simulated wax. What are you gonna do? You're gonna put your gloves on, right? You're gonna use your stick, and you're gonna throw that stick away when you're done. You're gonna make sure you hold her skin taut, because if you just ripping the wax off, they're gonna be like, oh, she could have pulled her skin off. So you're gonna do everything you were taught to do. All right, so after you demonstrate that, the prompter, the evaluator, whatever we want to call her, she is watching you at this point. Then the evaluator are going to tell you to tweeze 3 hairs. You're going to demonstrate that you tweezing these 3 hairs, making sure that you are holding her skin taut. 1, 2, 3. You're going to do the motions. You don't have to act like you're putting the hair on a cotton round or anything like that. They said they know the mannequin don't have hair. So, they're not bugging out about that. But what they're looking for, they're making sure that you are keeping workplace infection control precautions and workplace safety precautions during both of those. And you are protecting yourself and the client. All right, hold on. I'm lost place where I was at. Okay, we had tweezing. Okay, so you guys, wait a minute. This is new. Makeup application. Previously, you did not have to do makeup application on the test. But don't get too scared about it. Pretty simple. Like all of the portions of the test, you get 10 minutes to set up. They're going to tell you when you got 5 minutes left. You're going to get 10 minutes to provide a complete makeup application. And you only have to pick 2 portions of the face, right? And so I would do like the lips and the eyelids, right? Eyeshadow or something. So you're picking 2 places on the face to do makeup. And then when you're doing this, what is the evaluator looking at? What the prompter looking at? She's looking at how you are transferring your makeup. You guys, please don't go from the eyeshadow palette right to the client. I know most people don't do this, but you have to actually get a palette out, which all our students have one at Mosley School. You want to dig out the color with a spatula, put it onto your palette, the color you're going to use. Whatever lip stuff you're going to use, we're not just wiping it right on the client. Just put it into the palette and then use your temporary makeup brushes, lip brushes, eyeshadow brushes, and that's how you're going to put it onto the mannequin for the test. So they're making sure that you're doing everything safe, that you're using applicators that are disposable. Y'all do not go up in there with real makeup brushes. They have made it very clear that they have deemed all makeup brushes unsanitary. They claim you can't properly clean them. But he even said that people should be giving these away to their clients. Like if you do a bride and you use these makeup brushes, they should be a gift like to the bride. I'm like, some people pay like $200-$300 for makeup brushes. Nobody's giving them to the bride. And if you do add that cost on to the bride or the person you're doing that makeup on, that's like, yeah, that's making the cost very high because every client will have to buy the brushes that you use. So we ain't gonna worry about that. Let's get back to the test. We're doing 2 areas on the mannequin, and that could be her eyes and her lips. All of the product we're transferring it to the makeup palette, And then that's where we're taking it off of there and putting it on her skin. So I don't know if your school told you that, but I'm letting you know that's what you want to do so you don't lose points in this new portion that we previously did not have to do for esthetician. Boom, you at the end of the day already. I mean, I'm so jealous of y'all. I'm so jealous because full cos, even now with the new test, we have to do so much. Because I have my full cos license, but y'all got it like 2009 or something. It was a long, long time ago. So, but you guys get to do all this easy stuff. So, Okay, so end of the day, clean up. You already cleaned up for each portion already. Wipe down your station, clean everything. You guys, the big thing that I want to keep in front of your head, close everything, put lids on everything, zip your bag back when you take out the stuff. Do, especially if you there. Y'all, I ain't gonna lie. I still don't know how they supposed to be seeing your bag if it's sitting somewhere and you taking it at home like I'm talking to you. Because I know they don't expect people just to have the works of camera works in their home. You're going to be using a laptop like I'm using a laptop. So it's like, okay, how are they going to see you do all this? I don't know. But I am looking forward to actually, I'm going to have a student who's going to take her test. And my goal is to like record it so that I can see exactly what the prompter is saying. And then we'll have more information. Y'all, if I get that recording, I'm going to post it on YouTube. So y'all like, share, and comment. What is something you would like me to talk about the new test? I know some people want me to actually do the practical test itself because I own a cosmetology school. Let me know right in the comments. I'm trying to keep this under 20 minutes. I do talk a lot, so I could like talk forever, but I'm not today. You guys' test is pretty easy, estheticians. Yes, you still have to do everything right that you still have to do so you don't lose the points. But you have less you have to memorize. The old test, you had to memorize each step. Now you no longer have to memorize each step. They're not counting that against you guys anymore. And that was the biggest part. Because even if you remember to do it, but you did it out of place, they still marked you down. So anyway, thank you guys for listening to me talk. Like, share, and comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be keep posting stuff about this. And my goal is to get that practical test up, okay? Thank you. Bye.